Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram 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 Hare Hare.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त बिंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त बिंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त बिंद।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is
Hare
Saturday. Today is Saturday. It is the 14th of March. It's Chaitra Masa, Vishnu Masa, Krishna Paksham, and Ekadasi. So today is the Papa Mochini Ekadasi. So fasting from grains, beans, and cereals, and any seeded fruits. You can take the fruit, but not the seeds. Okay, so we should be the Ekadasi Vata from this Pandit.com. You can request Samhita Mataji to read this Ekadasi Katha.
Hare Krishna. Yudhishthir Maharaj asked, O Supreme Lord, I have heard from you the explanation of Amlaki Ekadashi, which occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Falguna, February, March, and now I wish to hear about the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Chaitra, March, April. What is its name, O Lord, and what results can one attain by observing it? The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, replied, O best of kings, for the benefit of everyone, I shall gladly describe you the glories of this Ekadashi, which is known as Papa Mochani. The history of this Ekadashi was once narrated by the Emperor Mandhata by Lomasha Rishi. King Mandhata addressed the Rishi, O great sage, for the benefit of the people, please tell me the name of the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Chaitra, and please explain the process of observing it. Also, please describe the benefits one gains by observing this Ekadashi. Lomasa Rishi replied, the Ekadashi that occurs during the dark part of the month of Chaitra is named Papamochana Ekadashi. For the faithful devotee, if it removes the influence of ghosts and demons. One lion among men, this Ekadashi also towards the 8 perfections of life fulfills all kinds of desires, purifies one's life of all sinful reactions, and makes a person perfectly virtuous. Now, please listen to the historical account concerning this Ekadashi and uh, Chitraratha, the chief of the Gandharvas, heavenly musicians. During the spring season, in the company of heavenly dancing girls, Chitrarath once came upon a beautiful forest bursting forth with a great variety of flowers. There he and girls joined other Gandharvas and many Kinnaras, along with Lord Indra himself, the Lord of Heaven, who was enjoying a visit there. Everyone felt that there was no better garden than this forest. Many sages were also present performing their austerities and penances. The demigods particularly enjoyed visiting the celestial garden during the month of Chaitra and Vaishakha, April-May. A great sage named Medhavi resided in this forest and was very attractive, and the very attractive dancing girls would always attempt to seduce him. One famous girl in particular, Manju Ghosha, contrived many ways to allure the exalted Muni, but out of great respect for the sage and fear of his power, which he had attained after years and years of asceticism, she would not come very close to him. At a spot 2 miles from the stage, she pitched a tent and began singing very sweetly as she played a tambura. Cupid himself became excited when he saw and heard her perform so nicely and smelled the fragrance of a sandal paste unguent. He remembered his own unfortunate experience with Lord Shiva and decided to take revenge by seducing Medhavi. Using the eyebrows of Manju Ghosha as a bow, her glances as a bowstring, her eyes as an arrow, and her breast as a target, Cupid approached Medhavi in order to tempt him to break his trance and the vows. In other words, Cupid engaged Manju Ghosha as his assistant, and when she looked at that powerful and attractive young sage, she also became agitated by lust. Seeing that he was highly intelligent and learned, wearing a clean white brahmana's thread draped across his shoulder, holding a sannyasi staff, and sitting handsomely in the ashram of Chyavana Rishi, Manju Ghosha came before him. She began to sing seductively, and the small bells on her belt and around her ankles, together with the bangles on her wrist, produced a delightful musical symphony. The sage Medhavi was chanted. He understood that this beautiful young woman desired union with him, and at that instant, Cupid increased his attraction for Manju Ghosha by releasing his powerful weapons of taste, touch, sight, smell, and sound. Slowly, Manju Ghosha approached Medhavi, her bodily movements and sweet glances attracting him. She gracefully put her tambura down and embraced the sage with her two arms, just as a creeper winds itself around a strong tree. Captivated, Medhavi gave up his meditation and decided to sport with her, and instantly his purity of heart and mind abandoned him. Forgetting even the difference between night and day, he went away with her to sport for a long, long time. Seeing that the young yogi's sanctity had become seriously eroded, Manju Ghosha decided to abandon him and return home. She said, "Oh, great one, please permit me to return home." Medhavi replied, "But you have only just arrived, oh beautiful one. Please stay with me at least until tomorrow." Fearful of the sage's yogic power, Manju Ghosha stayed with Medhavi for precisely 57 years, 9 months and 3 days. But to Medhavi, all this time seemed like a moment. Again she asked him, "Please permit me to leave." Medhavi replied, "Oh, dear one, listen to me. Stay with me for one more night, and then you may leave tomorrow morning. Just stay with me until after I have performed my morning duties and chanted the sacred Gayatri mantra. Please wait until then." Manjughosha was still fearful of the sage's yogic power, but she forced a smile and said, "How long will it take to finish your morning hymns and rituals? Please be merciful and think of all the time you have already spent with me." The sage reflected on the years he had been with Manjughosha and then said with great astonishment, "Why, I have spent more than 57 years with you." His eyes turned red and began to emanate sparks. He now regarded Manju Ghosha as death personified and the destroyer of his spiritual life. "You rascal woman, you have turned all the hard earned results of my austerity to ashes." Trembling with anger, he cursed Manju Ghosha. um, "O sinful one, O hard-hearted, degraded one, you know only sin. May all terrible fortune be yours, O rascal woman. I curse you to become an evil hobgoblin pishacha." Cursed by the sage Medhavi, the beautiful Manjughosha humbly beseeched him, "O best of the Brahmanas, please be merciful to me and revoke your curse." "O great one, it is said that the association of pure devotees give immediate results, and but their curses take effect only after 7 days. I have been with you for 57 years. O master, please be kind to me." Medhavi Muni he replied, "O gentle lady, what can I possibly do? You have destroyed all my austerities, but even though you have done this sinful deed, I shall tell you a way you can be released from my wrath. In the dark fourth night of the month of Chaitra, there is an auspicious Ekadashi that removes uh, there is an all auspicious Ekadashi that removes all one's sins. Its name is Papa Mochani, O beautiful one, and whoever fasts on this sacred day becomes completely freed from having to taking birth in any kind of hellish form, devilish form. With these words, the sage left at once for his father's ashram. Seeing him enter the hermitage, Chavan Muni said, O son, by acting unlawfully, you have squandered the wealth of your penances and austerities. Medhavi replied, O father, kindly reveal what atonement I shall perform to remove the obnoxious sin I have incurred by privately associating with the dancing girl Manju Ghosha. Chavan Rishi answered, O dear son, you must fast on Papamochani Ekadashi, which occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Chaitra. It eradicates all sin, no matter how grievous they may be. Medhavi followed his father's advice and fasted on Papamochana Ekadashi. Thus, all his sins were destroyed, and he again became filled with excellent merit. Similarly, Manjughosha observed the same fast and became free from the hobgoblin curse. Ascending once again to the heavenly spheres, she too returned to her former position. Lo, uh, Lomasha Rishi continued, "Oh, thus, O king, the great benefit of fasting on Papamochana Ekadashi is that whoever does this does so with faith and devotion will have all his sins completely destroyed." Sri Krishna concluded, O King Yudhishthir, whoever reads and hears about Papamochan Ekadashi obtains the very same merit he would get if he donated thousands of cows in charity, and he also nullifies the sinful reactions he may have incurred by killing a Brahmana, killing an embryo through abortion, drinking liquor, or having sex with his guru's wife. Such is the incalculable benefit of properly observing this holy day of Papamochan Ekadashi, which is so dear to me and so meritorious. Papamochan Ekadashi ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. That is from the events. So today is the Ekadasi. Okay, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vijaya about the Brahma's creation. So he has gone through the meditation so to purify himself after he created the five material nascent engagements. So he has now, in this later part of creation, he created the four Kumaras. Sanakam cha Sanandam cha Sanatanam ata Atmabhuhu Sanat Kumaram cha Munin Nishkriyan Vodhvaretasaha. Those four Brahmanas are Vodhvaretasaha. Nishkriyan, they are not engaging in the fruitive activities. So initially, they were created by Brahma. Okay, later on, after here, Brahma's purpose is to expand the progeny. That is the main purpose. So he has to give an opportunity to the conditioned souls to appear in this material world and carry on like a dharma, artha, kama, moksha, attain the perfection of human life. So until then, these living entities are captured within this material universe. They have to go out of this universe. That is the main purpose. For that, he has to expand the progeny so that all the conditioned souls get an opportunity to take birth as a human and perform devotional service free from the material entanglement. So now, today Brahma is asking them, asking the four Kumaras, my dear children, so kindly go and beget children, expand the progeny. So when he asked his children, four Kumaras, they are not interested in the family life because they are Vasudeva Parayana. They were to surrender all of their lives to Vasudeva, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they are interested in the Moksha Dharma. Okay, likewise, Maitreya Muni is saying to Vidura. We are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 12, verse number 5. Tan bhavashe swabhuhu, tan bhavashe swabhuhu putran, prajaha sujita putrakaha, tannechan moksha dharmanu, वासुदेवापरायणाः तान् भवाशे सुभुः पुत्रान् unto his children, four Kumaras, Brahma, Tan Bhabashe, unto four Kumaras, as above mentioned, Sanaka, Sanandha, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar, the four Kumaras, Bhabashe, and Brahma is addressing them. Swabhuhu, Brahma is Swabhuhu. He appeared from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Swabhuhu. Sometimes he also called Swayambhuhu, Swabhuhu, likewise. Putran unto sons. What he is saying? Prajaha Sujita Putrakan, O my sons. So God create the progeny, the generations. Likewise, Brahma is instructing them. Tan Babashe Subhuhu Putran, Prajaha Suja Putrakan, Prajaha Sujita Putrakan. Then the Kumaras responding, they are not interested. So Tannaichan Moksha Dharmano Vasudeva Parayanaha, and they are not interested. So Tannaichan Tannaichan, they are not desiring for that kind of life, family life. Because Moksha Dharmano, they are pledged to the principles of liberation. And Vasudeva Parayanaha, and Vasudeva is Supreme Personality Godhead, and Parayanaha, who are so devoted to the Lord. Okay, that's why they are not interested to accept the instruction of Brahma. Tan bhavashe subhuhu putran prajaha tuja putrakaha tainachan moksha dharmano vasudeva parayanaha. Translation. Brahma spoke to his sons after generating them. My dear sons, he said, now generate progeny. But due to their being attached to Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they aimed at liberation, and therefore they expressed their unwillingness. Okay, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request Prabhavati Sachi Mataji to read the purport?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. Purport by Devanga Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The four sons of Brahma, the Kumaras, declined to become family men even on the request of their great father, Brahma. Those who are serious about gaining release from material bondage should not be entangled in the false relationship of family bondage. People may ask how the Kumaras could refuse the orders of Brahma, who was their father and above all the creator of the universe. The reply is that one who is Vasudeva Parayana or seriously engaged in the devotional service of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, need not care for any other obligations. It is enjoined in the Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 5th chapter, 41. Devarshi Bhutapta Nranam Pitranam Na Kinkaro Nayam Rinicha Rajan Sarvatmana Yaha Sharanam Sharanyam Gato Mukundam Pariharitya Kartam. Anyone who has completely given up all worldly relationships and had taken absolute shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, who gives us salvation and who alone is fit to be taken shelter of, is no longer a debtor or a servant of anyone, including the demigods, forefathers, sages, and other living entities, relatives, and members of human society. Thus, there was nothing wrong in the act of act of the Kumaras when they refused their great father's request that they become family men. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. So this is four Kumaras. They're all Vruddhan Dashadhavaiso Viditatma Tattvan. So they are personified intelligence, incarnations of the intelligence of Brahma. Again, they are the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Sayev Pradamam Devaha Kaumaram Sargamasritaha Chachar Dushram Brahma Brahmacharyam Akandhitam. It is the first incarnation of the Supreme Lord. So these Kumaras, Vruddhan Dasardha Vaiso, Vitatma Tattvan. Tanvataranam Shatrah Kumaran, Vruddhan Dasardha Vaiso, Vitatma Tattvan. They know all these things. They are intelligent. Brahma is the Veda Garbha. And the children, they were born the first from the Brahma's intelligence. So generally, if it is the material world, what happens? A child has to follow the instructions of the father because everyone are born in the ignorance. That is of the material world. So they have to follow the instructions of the father. Here, the four Kumara, it is Brahma's creation. It appears that they are grown up, always 5 years old. They're always 5 years old. Dasha, Dasha is the 10, Ardha means the half of the 10, that is the 5. Okay, this is the position of Kumara. So the four sons of Brahma Kumaras declined to become family men, even on the request of their great father, Brahma. And those who are serious about gaining release from material bondage should not be entangled in the false relationship of family bondage. So this is the family bondage, how it would come. A living entity, it would accept either a man body or a human body, and then in other way, both bodies, they are simply a matter. It is just only outside coverings. But living entity is not belong either man or a woman. It is a spiritual body. But it accepts according to its desire. And then once it comes, accepting one of the bodies and similarly another living entity. So because of their desires match, they will come into union and then they will stay and attach to the bodily concept of life forever. Okay, so that in such a way, he wanted to experience more and more, and then that is the call. It is Hridaya Grandi. It will make them into so many of further lives generations, and then he do not know how to come out of that chain of birth, old age, disease, and death life cycle. Okay, that is a material bondage, and they do not want it. They wanted to be Mokya Dharma Parayana. And this again, this bondage, that union of man body and woman body, it will create so many things. For that one, they need a home, and then that does not end there. Children begotten, and then they will be educated, they will be fed, they will be getting married, they will keep in during this process. So many problems would keep on coming, and one has to resolve, or each and every should try to resolve it. Though it is not a perfect solution, but according to their own intelligence, it keeps on going. And again, their children, grandchildren, that will never ever stop. Meanwhile, bodily comforts and all these things, it will make us that this is our family, this is ourselves. But these are all the bodies. It is all matter. But living entities are beyond it. Meanwhile, these bodies are going to shrink and getting older, getting diseases, so many of suffering. It is the body itself is a place of miseries. Idam shariram parinama peshalam patatyavashyam slathasandhi jajjaram. Kim aushadhihi klishyati modadharmate niramayam krishna rasayanam pipa. So that's why one has to always think of Vasudeva Parayana. Niramayam Krishna Rasayanam Piba. Without any cessation, drink Krishna Kata. That is the medicine. Okay, so for to free oneself from the family bondage. So people may ask how the Kumaras could refuse the orders of the Brahma, who was their father, and above all, the creator of the universe. So Brahma, he mentions to one of his children, Kadhama, um, एतावती एव शुश्रूषा कार्यपितृपुत्रकैः बाणमिति अनुमन्येत गौरवेन गुरोर्वचः. Whenever father asks the children, so children has to say that yes sir, I will carry out your instruction with so much of respect. They have to carry out. So Brahma says to his child Kadma Prajapati, and then he also appreciates Swayambhu Manu and also Kadma Prajapati, those children, because they carried out instructions and they have created further progeny. That is Brahma. So that is, it is based on the context and for what purpose they are in what position, what is the consciousness. Here, the four Kumaras, they are in the Vasudeva Parayana. They do not have to, if one person is coming to the Vasudeva, that's it. He is on the topmost position. He does not have to come down. If a person is already in the a managing director, he does not have to go and work small things. Okay, so that is here. Already Kumaras are in the Vasudeva Parayana. So this is Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabaha. After so many lifetimes, one will come to the conclusion that this is Vasudeva Sarvamiti. Vasudeva is everything. Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakaha. There is again very beautiful Vasudeva para yoga, Vasudeva para kriyaha, Vasudeva paro dharmam, Vasudeva param jnanam, Vasudeva parantapaha, Vasudeva paro dharmo, Vasudeva para gatihi. So everything is Vasudeva. So now they are in the Vasudeva para, that particular position. So they replied is that one who is Vasudeva Parayana or seriously engaged in the devotional service of the Lord of the personality of Godhead Vasudeva need not care for any other obligation. Okay, so in such a way they are responding. Moksha Dharmanu Vasudeva Parayana. Again, it comes from the Bhagavatam. And whoever is surrendered to the Lord, lotus feet of the Lord, they do not have to carry out any instructions, because generally any living entity appears in this material world, they will be indebted to forefathers, relatives, bhotas, and the demigods and the rishis. So likewise, 5 kinds of people indebted. So, but here, if he is a sarvatmanaha, yes, saranam saranyam, gato mukundam parihritya kartam. He does not have to be indebted to this Deva, Rishi, Bhota, Apta, Nunam, Pitrunam. Deva, Rishi, Bhota, Apta, Pitrunam. And he said Nunam. Nunam is the, he does not have to be indebted to all of these categories. Deva, Rishi, Bhota, Apta, Nunam, Pitrunam. Anyone who has completely given up all worldly relationships and has taken absolute shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, who gives salvation and who alone is fit to be taken shelter of, is no longer a debtor or servant of anyone, including the demigods, forefathers, sages, other living entities, relatives, and members of human society. Okay, so that is the position of a devotee of the Krishna. So whenever even the child, if he is a 8 years old child, if he's taking the sannyasa, immediately he is no more indebted to his father. And his father again, he can offer his obeisances, dandavat pranam to that sannyasi. Even though he is a child, he can offer those obeisances to the sannyasi, because he is now Vasudeva Parayana. He is no more indebted to the father. But however, even the sannyasi, that indebtedness to the mother, that cannot be repaid, because mother gives birth to sannyas. We see in the so many of these pastimes. For example, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother, Sachima, and also the Shankaracharya, his mother. So this repayment to the mother, it is not repaid. The mother gives so much of her life to the child. But here, if he is surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he is no more indebted to all these demigods, rishis, sages, other living entities, relatives, and members of human society. सर्वात्मनः यः शरणं शरण्यं गतो मुकुन्दं परिहृत्य कर्तुम्. Okay, so likewise, Srimad Bhagavatam tells. So there was nothing wrong in the acts of the Kumaras when they refused their great father's request that they become family men. Okay, this is the four Kumaras. Later on, even though initially they may be in the impersonal conception, later they become pure devotees of the Lord. Again, they glorify Yo Antarito Hrudi Gatopi Duratmanam Tvam Sodhyaiva no Nayanam Adhantaraddaha Yerheva Karna Vivarena Guhangatornaha Pitra Nuvanitaraha Bhavududbhavena. When they visited the Lord in the Vaikuntha, there they say, "Oh my dear Lord, you are very difficult to be understood by for all ordinary people. But here today, we are very fortunate, and by hearing the instructions from our Father, Pitra Nuvarnitaraha Bhavena, like my father instructed, and we have come here to see you, and then exactly you are here uh, as my father said." So likewise, they admit themselves. Tam Twam Vidama Bhagavan Paramatma Tattvam Tattvena Sampritirattim Rachayantamesham Yettenutapa Viditaihi Drubhakti Yogaihi Udgrandayo Vidividuhu Muniyo Viragaha Udgrandayo Vidu. So there they mentions that you are only revealed to the sages who are devotees who are completely surrendered. Tam Twam Vidama Bhagavan Paramatma Tattvam Tattvena Sampritirattim Rachayantamesham Yettenutap Videhi Dhrubhakti Yogaihi. By Dhrubhakti Yogaihi. That is their realization once they visited the Vaikuntha planet. But they have gone to see the Lord only once. Ta ekada Vaikuntha, ta ekada Bhagavato Vaikuntasya Amalatmanha. Once upon a time. But it is not their desire to stay in the Vaikuntha Loka permanently. If they have desired, they could have performed because before that they were in the impersonal conception. So, but later on, they have visited Vaikuntha, they become the devotees. Now they have to come back. There, Bhagavantam Parikramya Pranipatyanumanyacha Pratijagmuhu Pramitaha Sham Sham To Vaishnavim Shriyam. They have returned back from the Vaikuntha. They did not stay there because their purpose was to visit. But devotees here in the planet, in the earthly planet, who are devotees, they're all chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and following rules and regulations in the Guru Parampara. Their Dhrud Bhakti Yogaihi. They wanted to go back to the Goloka Vrindavana permanently. That is their desire. It is not visiting and then come back. They wanted to stay there. Generally, the materialistic world, people, they wanted to go outside and then do something and then come home and show off to their friends like that. Family members, look at me like that is not the purpose of the devotees. They wanted to go back eternally to Krishna. It's a beautiful reflections. There are many other angles of four Kumaras that we would see later on. So here, when Brahma requested, that four Kumaras are saying that we are Vasudeva Parayana, we are not interested in the family life. Tan bhabashe subhuhu putran prajaha sujata putrakaha tannaichan mokya dharmano Vasudeva Parayanaha. Can I request the devotees kindly to recite this line by line? Tan bhabashe subhuhu putran
Tanapavase
Bhavashe
Subhu
Subhuhu Putram
Ram
prajaha sujita putrakaha
Prajaha
Sujata
Sujata
Putrakaha
Putrakaha
तन्निश्चयन् मोक्षधर्माणो
Tannicham
Moksha Dharmano
वासुदेवापरायणाः.
Vasudeva
Vasudeva
Paranaya
Again. तान् भवाशे स्वभूः पुत्रान्
Tanpavase
Bhavashe
Subhu
Subhuhu
Putran
Putran
प्रजाः सृजिता पुत्रकाः
Prajaha
Jaha Sujata
Putrakaha
Putrakaha Putraha
तन्नैच्छन् मोक्षधर्माणो
तन्नैच्छन्मोक्षधर्माणो
वासुदेवापरायणाः
वासुदेवापरायणाः
तान् भवाशे स्वभूः पुत्रान्
वासुदेवाशे स्वभूः पुत्रान्
प्रजाः सुजितपुत्रकाः
प्रजाः
ससजतपुत्रकाः
तन्नैच्छन् मोक्षधर्माणो
तन्नैच्छन्मोक्षधर्माणो
वासुदेवापरायणाः
वासुदेवापरायणाः.
Very beautiful. Can you repeat the devotees? Can you take it into the set? Prabhavati Satya Mataji, would you like to go first, Mataji?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी तान् बभाषे स्वभूः पुत्रान् प्रजाः सृजत पुत्रकाः तन्नैच्छन्मोक्षधर्माणो वासुदेवापरायणाः थैंक यू प्रभु जी हरे कृष्ण
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Sanchita Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. तान् भवासे स्वभुः पुत्रान् प्रजा सृजत पुत्रकाः तन्नैच्छन्नो धर्माणो वासुदेव परायणः. हरे कृष्ण.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. तान् बभाषे स्वभूः पुत्रान् प्रजाः सृजत पुत्रकाः तन्नैच्छन् मोक्षधर्माणो वासुदेवपरायणः. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Gaurangi Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी तन्भावसि स्वभुः पुत्रान् प्रजः सृजत्पुत्रकः तन्नैच्छन् मोक्षधर्माणो वासुदेवपरायणः हरे कृष्ण
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Meena Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण तान् बभासि स्वं भूपुत्राणां प्रजा सुचत पुत्रका तन्मे च मोक्षधर्माणो वासुदेव परायण.
Very nice. Beautiful. Usha Mataji, please.
तान् बभासे स्वभुः पुत्रान् प्रजाः सृजत पुत्रकः तन्नैच्छन्मोक्षधर्माणो वासुदेव परायणः. हरे कृष्ण.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Jaguri Chaitanya Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, accept my humble obeisance. तान् बभासे स्वभुः पुत्रान् प्रजाः सृजत पृथकाः तन्नैश्च न मोक्षधर्माणो वासुदेवापरायणः. हरे
Very
कृष्ण.
beautiful. Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु तान् पपाशे स्वभुः पुत्रान् प्रजहाः सृजद पुत्रहाः तन्नच्छन् मोक्षधर्माणो वासुदेव परायणाः.
Excellent. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Would you like to read the translation, Mataji? Asha Mataji.
Sorry. Brahma spoke to his sons after generating them. My dear sons, he said, now generate progeny. But due to their being attached to Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they aimed at liberation and therefore they expressed their unwillingness.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. We shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, today letter to Guru Krupa, Greg Gottfried, March 30th, 1971, Bombay. Okay, can I request any unallocated devotee to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I will read.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. My dear Guru Krupa, great good deep friend, please accept my blessings. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 22nd December 1970, requesting initiation as well as the $50 gift for my book fund sent to Karandhara in LA. Thank you very much. I am so glad to accept you as my initiated disciple. Your spiritual name is Guru Krupa, or one who has the mercy of the spiritual master. Actually, the mercy of the bona fide spiritual master is there equally for everyone, just like the sun is shining equally everywhere. Yet there are those who refuse to come out completely into the light. Simply, if you will rigidly follow the regulative principles and chant 16 rounds of beads daily without fail and engage wholeheartedly in devotional service, your rapid advancement in Krishna consciousness will be certain. Your beads, duly chanted on, are enclosed and should be soaked in oil, mustard oil will do, and they should be restrung properly also. Hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever well-wisher A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
So the Prabhupada is giving the name to the disciple Guru Krupa, and Prabhupada is mentioning like initiation about that how they get Guru's mercy and spiritual master. So that we are talking about that now said that we have to be for regulatory principle and chanting 16 rounds on beats, so that follow that without fail and do wholeheartedly in Krishna's service. So Krishna will be will be very advanced in the Krishna service. So yes, and then we are talking about that when that Guru gives that initiation is chanted in beads and which just yesterday was Jai Mataji was talking about the beads is not staying, and then when the Guru gives that soaked in the mustard oil and then it's long last for life. So that was Prabhupada was mentioning, and then he said it's going to be surely strong properly and give it to him. So mainly about the initiation, Prabhu, and follow the regulation principle that Prabhupada is mentioning. And that when that Guru gives the initiation, you have to give the Guru Dakshina. So Prabhupada is asking to give that $50 to gift for my book fund. Yes, Prabhu, that is the thing. When Guru gives the initiation, you have to give something to Guru. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, any other comments? Devotees?
So, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Do we soak these beads in the mustard oil? Or I have heard even the ghee. I never did that. What's the purpose, Prabhuji?
So that beads will not split.
Will not like okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Then it's once a week or the
No, it's only once in the beginning itself. Later on, we don't do it. Only once.
Just to prevent breaking.
Yes.
Is it? Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, thank
Sorry,
you.
Prabhuji, does that strengthen the string as well, or just the actual beads?
Mainly it is for the beads,
Okay. But
but
the string can give way sometimes, doesn't it? The thread can give way.
I think thread also maybe if it is small plastic thing, it may also get stronger holding together like that. It depends on the thread.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sometimes in beads there is like neem beads,
Yes,
not tulsi. So that is okay to use in chanting. Like in temple they give you this, I know neem like beads.
yes. For the new devotees or devotees, neophyte devotees who are trying to practice in the beginning, they can get the neem beads, rosewood beads like that and practice. But once they come to the Guru spiritual master and during the initiation, they have to take the Tulsi beads especially and then chant.
Okay.
So Tulsi beads are the preferred ones.
Okay, thank you.
When I started, I was given rosewood beads, and then I was chanting like that.
So Hare Krishna Prabhu, so without initiation, you can't chant on the Tulsi Beach, right?
We can chant Mataji. Without initiation also we can chant. I was also later and I got my Tulsi very nice Tulsi beads, bigger ones. But later on they were not soaked in the oil and but later on after initiation my spiritual master gave another bigger version of uh, beads.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Because in the temple, like neem beads, when chanting, everybody giving, so it's not expensive. But tulsi bead is expensive as well, isn't it?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
That's the reason they give you, I think, first in
Yes.
Janmashtami time and everything.
Yes. Any other comments, dear devotees?
Sorry, Prabhuji, one more question. It's the same thing. It's a soaking bead in the mustard oil. You said we can wrap around plastic on the thread and then we can do it, right?
That thread, I think it is a specific thread, I think. I do not know where do we get it, but because I never got a chance to find the threads, so I think
I think people who do jewelry making, they use that plastic wire.
But
yes,
still, Mataji's thread is go with the wool. Still, we can, I don't know, we need to try on
I
the
need to
something
do
else.
mine. It's broken.
but do not worry, Mataji. If you just go and ask in the temple, they only give. We will not have to think about it.
Okay.
I want a strong threads for the Tulsi beads, they will give it to us. Okay, so dear devotees, if there are no further comments, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter.
Yes, that line there is quite nice. The mercy of the bona fide spiritual master is there equally for everyone. And it's nicely compared to the sun.
Yes, yes, Mataji. Okay, so for that one, simply we need to follow the regulative principles during the initiation time. Uh, for my initiation, so they have called with my name and then went in front of the spiritual master and offered Dandavat Pranam and then sit in front of the spiritual master. And then spiritual master asks, please tell how many rounds you chant. 16 rounds and based with the quality rounds. And then what are the regulative principles? So no meat eating, no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication. And then after saying that, I will follow all these things without fail, rigidly. After I say to spiritual master, he says, so here is your beads. Your name is Amogadasa. Okay, likewise, and then he will also give explanation about what the spiritual name means. So here, for Guru Krupa, one who has missed out the spiritual master, and Amoga who is purified. So that is the name of the spiritual master. So he will give a few lines of explanation, and he will also ask us. You can find from the Srimad Bhagavatam for those words wherever you see. That is how the initiation takes place. That's all. And later on, devotees are taken to the fire sacrifice. In front of the fire, we perform yajna, offering oblations and different kinds of grains into the fire. That we are bound by the connection to the spiritualness, connected to the that Guru Parampara lineage. From today onwards, we follow the spiritual master instructions. Okay, that way we are joined to the Guru Parampara system. That is a system that happens in front of the fire. So that is so sublime. And due to our human birth, there may be so many falls, but the dedication to unto the spiritual master is so sublime. Though there are many falls, but it is sublime. Prabhupada says that devoted life is so sublime. That is a few reflections from here. Okay, felt happy. Then we shall move to the next for the recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 11th chapter. So for the allocations today, so the first 1 to 6 shlokas, Usha Mataji, and the second slot is not allocated, and 13 to 18, Meena Mataji, 25 to 30, Jai Mataji, and 31 to 36, Sanchita Mataji, 37 to 42, Asha Mataji. So can I request Gauringi Mataji to do the second slot, verses 7 to 12, and one more slot is the 19 to 24, and any devotees are not yet allocated.
Hare Krishna
Oh,
Prabhuji.
Prabhavati Sasi Mataji, you want to take 19 to 24?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Jaguritana Mataji, you can take a turn 1 to 6 after the cycle. Is that okay, Mataji?
Sorry, Prabhuji.
The shlokas 1 to 6, Mataji, for the recitation at the end.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, so can I request Usha Mataji to start with the invocation page, please?
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Thank you. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय मैत्रेय उवाच चरमः सद्विशेषाणम् अनेको संयुतः सदा परमाणुः सविज्ञेयो द्रोणम् ऐक्य प्रमूयतः The material manifestations, ultimate par- particle which is indivisible, indivisible and not formed into a body, is called the atom. It exists always as an invisible identity, even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man. सत् एव पदार्थस्य स्वरूपावस्थितस्य यत् कैवल्यं परं महान् केवल्यं परं महान् विशेषो निरन्तरः. Atoms are the ultimate state of the manifest universe. When they stay in their own forms without forming different bodies, they are called the unlimited or oneness. There are certainly different bodies in physical forms, but the atoms themselves form the complete manifestation. एवं कालोऽपि अनुमितः सौक्ष्म्ये स्थौल्ये च सत्तम संस्थानभुक्त्या भगवान् अव्यक्तो व्यक्तभुग्विभुः. One can estimate a time by measuring the movement of the atomic combination of bodies. Time is the potency of the Almighty Personality of Godhead, Hari, who controls all physical movements, although he is not visible in the physical world. Sakala Paramanve Sakalah Paramanve Yo Pumte Paramantam Sata Viseso Bhugyastu Shakalah Paramo Mahan. Atomic time is measured according to its covering a particular atomic space. That time which covers the unmanifest aggregate of atoms is called the great time. अणुध्वौ परमाणु स्यात् त्रसारेण त्रयः स्मृतः जालार्क्यरश्म्यवगतः खम् एवानुपतन्नगात्. The division of gross time is calculated as follows. 2 atoms make one double atom, and 3 double atoms makes one hexatom. This hexatom is visible in the sunshine which enters through the holes of a window screen. One can clearly see that the hexatom goes up towards the sky. त्रसरेण त्रिकं भुङ्क्ते यः कालः स त्रुटिः स्मृतः सद्भागस्तु वेदः स्येत् त्रिस्त्रिभिस्तु लवः स्मृतः. The time duration needed for the integration of 3 a truti, and 100 trutis make one Veda. 3 Vedas make one Lava. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully recited. Okay, next, Gaurangi Mataji, please. Gaurangi Mataji. Okay. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji, would you like to take this slot while Gaurangi Mataji comes back?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Text 7. Nimeshas trilavo jneya atmanasti trayah kshanaha kshanan pancha viduhu shatam laguta dasha pancha cha. The duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimesha. The combination of 3 nimeshas makes 1 kshana. 5 kshanas combined together make 1 kshata, and 15 kshatas make 1 laghu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
This is Kastas, Mataji.
Oh, Kashta. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Kastas, and it is Kshanas.
Oh, Kshanas. Oh, thank you, Prabhuji. The duration of time of 3 lavas is equal to 1 nimesha. The combination of 3 nimeshas make 1 kshana. 5 kshanas combined together make 1 kshata. Kshata, no?
Kasta.
Kasta. Oh, yes, Prabhuji, sorry. I didn't read properly. Kasta and 15 kastas make 1 lagu. Laguni vai samamnata dasha panchacha nadika te devi muhurtaha praharaha shad yamaha saptava nranam. Translation: 15 lagus make 1 nadika, which is also called a danda. Two dandas make 1 muhurta, and 6 or 7 dandas make 1/4 of the day or night according to human calculation. Dvadasha ardha palonmanam chaturbihi chatu angulai swarnamasai kritachadiram yavat prastha jalaprutam. The measuring pot for 1 nadika or danda can be prepared with a 6 pala weight 14 ounces pot of copper in which a hole is bored with a gold probe weighing 4 masa and measuring 4 fingers long. When the pot is placed on water, the time before the water overflows in the pot is called 1 danda. Yamaha chatvaro मृत्यानाम् ahani ubhe prakshah pancha dashahani शुक्लः कृष्ण च manada. Translation: it is calculated that there are 4 parahas, which are also called yamas, in the day and 4 in the night of the human being. Similarly, 15 days and nights are a fortnight, and there are 2 fortnights, white and black, in a month.
Thank you, Mataji. This is Prahara is around 3 hours. It is also
Praharas.
Yama.
Yamas. We don't pronounce yes, that one, yama. Okay.
Yeah, we call Yama, yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank you.
तयोः समुच्चयो मासः पितॄणां तद् अहर्निशाम् द्वावतौ ऋतुर्षड् अयनां दक्षिणं चोत्तरं दिवि. Translation: the aggregate of 2 fortnights is one month, and that period is 1 complete day and night for the Pita planets. 2 of such months comprise 1 season, and 6 months comprise 1 complete movement of the sun from south to north. Ayena chahani prahur vasaro dvadasha smritaha samvatsara shatam rinam param yayur nirupitam. Translation: 2 solar moments make 1 day and night of the demigods, and that combination of day and night is 1 complete calendar year for the human being. The human being has a duration of life of 100 years. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Mataji.
Sorry for the
Very
mistake.
beautifully recited, Mataji. Thank you. Okay, Meena Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Nastapayasु bhadresu nitya bhagavata sevaya bhagavatamam sloke bhakti bhavati nistiki graha kshatara rajagrasta parmava परमावादीन वादीन जगत् सर्वसरावसानेन प्रयेत्य निमिषो विभुः influential stars, planets, luminaries, and atoms all over the universe are rotating in their respective orbits under the direction of the Supreme, represented by eternal Kala. सर्वसर परिवर्ष इडाभस्सर एव च अनुवर्षरो वत्सरश्च विदुरेव प्रभाष्यते. There are 5 different names for the orbits of the sun, moon, star, and luminaries in the firmament, and they each have their own samvastara. Yasujya Sakti Murugosh Yasujyasakti Murugosya Vashayana Savasyakya Pusho Pusho Brahmaya Divi Dhavati Bhutavedavaha Kalakayaya Gunamayam Krutabi Vitavam Tava Stasmi Bale Harata Vasara Panchakaya. O Vidura, the sun enlivens all living entity with his unlimited heat and light. He diminishes the duration of life of all living entity in order to release them from their illusion of material attachment, and he enlarges the path of elevation to the heavenly kingdom. He thus moves in the firmament with great velocity, and therefore everyone should offer him respect once every 5 years with all ingredients of worship. Vidura Uvacha Pitrudeva Manushana Amayupara Pitrudeva Manushyanam Amayuparam idam smatam Paresham gati achakshva Yeshu kalyat bahirida. Vidura said, I now understand the life duration of the residents of the Pita planets and heavenly planets as well as that of the human beings. Now kindly inform me of the duration of life of those greatly learned living entities who are beyond the range of a kalpa. Bhagavan Vedakalasya Gatim Bhagavato Nanu Vishwam Vicha Sakti Tira Yoga Radrena Chakshusha. O spiritually powerful one, you can understand the movement of eternal time, which is the controlling form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because you are a self-realized person, you can see everything by the power of mystic vision. Mitre Uvacha Krutam Treta Dvaparam Krutam Treta Dvaparam Cha Kalischeti Chaturyugam Divye Dvadasa Api Varshe Savadhanam Nirupitam. Maitri said, O Vidura, the 4 millenniums are called the Satya, Treta, Dwapar and Kali Yuga. The aggregated number of years of all these combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigods. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully recited. Okay, do we have Garingi Mataji now?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, would you like to recite from 19 to 24, Mataji, please?
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
चत्वारि त्रीणिं द्वैचैकं क्रीतादिषु यथाक्रमं सङ्ख्यतानि सहस्राणि द्विगुणानि शतानि च. Translation. The duration of the Satya millennium equals 4,800 years of the years of the demigods. The duration of the Treta millennium equal 3,600 years of the demigods. The duration of the Devapara millennium equal 2,400 years, and that of the Kali millennium is 1,200 years of the demigods. Sandhya sandhyam sa sayorantariyaः कालः शतसङ्ख्ययोः त्वमेव त्वमेवाहुर्युगं तज्ज्ञा यत्र धर्मो विधीयते. Translation. The transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundred years as aforementioned, are known as Yuga, Sandhyas, or the conjunction of the two millennium, according to the expert astronomers. In those periods, all kinds of religious activities are performed. Text 21. Dharma sutuspanmanojan krite samanuvartate sa evanye swadharmena vyati padena vardata. Translation. O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintain the principles of regulation, but in other millennium, regulation gradually decrease by one part as I religion was proportionally admitted. Text 22. Trailokya Yuga Sahasam Bahira Brahmanodinam Tavateva Nisatat Yani Milati Biswasrik. Translation. Outside of the three planetary system, Swarga, Martya, and Patala, the four yugas multiplied by 1,000 compares one day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. Text 23. Nisawasan arabdo loka kalpo anuvartati yavadinam bhagavato manun bhunjam saturdasa. Translation. After the end of Brahma's night and the creation of the worlds, three worlds begin again in the daytime of Brahma, and they continue to exist throughout the duration of 14 uh, sensitive Manus, or fathers of mankind. Text 24. Swam kalam manurbhujang te sathikam hoka saptatim. Translation: Each and every Manu enjoy a life of a little more than 71 sets of your millennium. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Next devotee, please.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Manvantareshu manavaha tadvamsya rishyaha suraha bhavanti cha eva yugapat sureshascha anuye cha tan. After the dissolution of each and every Manu, the next Manu comes in order along with his descendants who rule over the different planets. But the 7 famous sages and demigods like Indra and their followers, such as the Gandharvas, all appear simultaneously with Manu. Esha Dainandina Sargo Brahma Trailokya Vartanaha Tiryanru Pitru Devanam Sambhavo Yatra Karmabhihi. In the creation during Brahma's day, the 3 planetary systems Swarga, Martya, and Patala revolve, and the inhabitants, including the lower animals, human beings, demigods, and pitas, appear and disappear in terms of their fruitive activities. Manvantareshu Bhagavan Bibhrat Sattvam Swamurtibhihi Manu Adibhir Idam Vishwam Avati Udita Paurashaha. In each and every change of Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears by manifesting his internal potency in different incarnations as Manu and others. Thus he maintains the universe by discovered power. Tamo matram upadaya prati samruddha vikramaha kalena anugata shesha aste tushnim dinatyaye. At the end of the day, under the insignificant portion of the modes of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution, and everything is silent. Tam evanu apidhyante loka bhu adayastrayah nishayam anuvrittayam nirmukta shashi bhaskaram. When the night of Brahma ensues, all the 3 worlds are out of sight, and the sun and the moon are without glare, just as in the due course of an ordinary night. Trilokyam dahya amanayam shaktya sankarshana agnina yanti usmana mahaloka janma bhrigu adayo arditaha. The devastation takes place due to the fire emanating from the mouth of Sankarshana, and thus the sages like Bhrigu and other inhabitants of Mahaloka transport themselves to Janaloka, being distressed by the warmth of the blazing fire which rages through the 3 worlds below. Hare Krishna, please forgive me for my mistakes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully recited. Thank you very much. Okay, next, Sanchita Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. तावत् त्रिभुवनं सद्यः कल्पान्त इधितसिन्धवः Plavantya Utkat Atopa Chandavatterito Maryaha. At the beginning of the devastation, all the sea overflow and hurricane winds blow very violently. Thus, the waves of the sea becomes ferocious, and in no time at all, the three worlds are full of water. Antah sa tasmin salila aste anantasano harihi yoga nidra nimilaksha stuya mano janalaihi. The Supreme Lord, the personality of Godhead, lies down in the water of the seat of Ananta with his eyes closed, and the inhabitants of Janaloka planets offer unto the Lord their glorious prayers with folded hands. Evam vidaihi ahoratreihi kalagatyopalakshitaihi apakshitam ivapsyapi Paramayurvayashatam. Thus, the process of the exhaustion of the duration of the life exists for every one of the living beings, including Lord Brahma. One's life endures for only 100 years in terms of the time of the different planets. Yad ardham ayusastasya parardham abhidhiyate purvah parardho apakranto hiya aparo adya pravartate. The 100 years of Brahma's life are divided into two parts, the first half and the second half. The first half of the duration of Brahma's life is already over, and the second half is now current. पूर्वस्यादौ परार्धस्य ब्रह्मो नाम महानभूत् कल्पो यद्राभवद्ब्रह्मा शब्दब्रह्मेति यं विदुः. In the beginning of the first half of Brahma's life, there was a millennium called Brahma Kalpa, wherein Lord Brahma appeared. The birth of the Vedas are simultaneous with Brahma's birth. तस्यैव चान्ते कल्पोऽभूत् यं पाद्मम् अभिचक्षते यद्धरेणाभिसरस आसील्लोकसरोरुहम्. The millennium which followed the first Brahma millennium is known as the Padmakalpa because in that millennium the universal lotus flower grew out of the naval reservoir of water of the personality of God, Godhead Hari. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Very beautiful recitation. Asha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. Ayam tu kadidaha kalpo tivitiyasyabi bharata varaha idi vikyado yatra shugaro harihi. O descendant of Bharata, the first millennium in the second half of the life of Brahmas is also known as the Varaha millennium because the personality of Godhead appeared in that millennium as the Hawk incarnation. Kaloyam diviparadakyo nimesha ubasharyade avyakrudasya anantasya kinader jahat atmanaha. The duration of the two parts of Brahma's life, as above mentioned, is calculated to be equal to 1 nimisha, less than a second, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is unchanging and unlimited and is the cause of all causes of the universe. Kaloyam paramanu adir divi parartha anda ishvaraha naiveshidum prabhur bhumna ishvaro tama maninam. Eternal time is certainly the controller of different dimensions, from that of the atom up to the superdivisions of the duration of Brahma's life. But nevertheless, it is controlled by the Supreme. Time can control only those who are body conscious, even up to the Satyaloha or the other higher planets of the universe. Viharai, sorry, Viharaihi Sagido Yuktaihi Visheshadivir Avrudaha Andakosho Bahir Ayam Panchashat Kodi Vishrudaha. The phenomenal material world is expanded to a diameter of 4 billion miles as a combination of 8 maternal elements transformed into 16 further categories within and without as follows. तस्सोत्तरादिकैर्यत्र प्रविष्टः परमाणुवत् लक्ष्यते कदाशान्ये कोडिसो हि अण्डराशयः. The layers or elements covering the universes are each 10 times thicker than the one before, and all the universes clustered together appear like atoms in a huge combination. Tadahur aksharam brahma sarva karanam Vishnu tama param sakshat purushasya mahatmanah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is therefore said to be the original cause of all causes. Thus, the spiritual abode of Vishnu is eternal without a doubt, and it is also the abode of Mahavishnu, the origin of all manifestation.
Thank you, Mataji. Very beautiful recitations. Okay, thank you so much. And Jagrita Mataji wanted to do 1 to 6, Mataji, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisance. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Charamaha asadi sena sesha. Sorry. Sesha. Maitreya uvacha charama asadi sesha mane ko asayuntah sada paramanuhu savigneyo nruna mekya pramoyatah. The material manifestations ultimate practical, which is invisible and not formed into a body, is called the atom. It exists always as invisible identity, even after the dissolution of all forms. The material body is but a combination of such atoms, but it is misunderstood by the common man. So, sata eva padarthasya swarupa avasti tasya yata kevalyam param mahana viseso nirantaraha. Atoms are the ultimate state of the manifest universe. When they stay in their own forms without forming different bodies, they are called the unlimited oneness. There are certainly different bodies in physical forms, but the atoms themselves from the complete manifest manifestations. Evam kalo apyunumitah somek saukshya स्थलये स्थौलये च satama संस्थान भुक्त्या भगवान व्यक्तो अव्यक्त पुगी वपुः विभुः. One can estimate time by measuring the movement of the atomic combination of bodies. Time is the potency of the Almighty personality of Godhead. Personality of Godhead. Hari, who controls all physical movements, although he is no visible in the physical world. Sakala parama sakala parama anur यह वही सकala parama manur यो भू अक्ते परमा अणुताम सत्तो अविशेष भुग्यस्तु सकala paramo mahana. Automatic time is measured according to its covering a particular atomic space. That time which covers the unmanifest aggregate of atoms is called their great time. Anur Davau Paramanu Shyata Saran sorry Prabhuji, how to pronounce?
Which one? This Trasrenus, Mataji?
Yeah. Tasrenur.
Yes.
Trasne.
Trasarenu.
Tasrenu. Yeah, Prabhuji?
Trasarenu.
Trasa. Okay. Trasarenu Sambrutah Chala Karasya Chala Karasya Gataha Khamen Vanu Patan Kame Vanu Patanang Gataha. The division of gross time is calculated as follows. 2 atoms make 1 double atom, and 3 double atom make one hexatom. This hexatom is visible in the sunshine which enters through the holes of the window screen. One can clearly see that hexatom goes up toward to the sky. Trasranenu Trikam भुक्ते यः काल स त्रुटि समृद्धः स तपागस्तु वेदः स्यात्यस्त्रिभिस्तु लव समृद्धः तैसे त्रिपुस्तु लव समृद्धः. The time of duration needed for the integration of three Trasarenus is called Truti, and 100 Trutis make one Veda. Three Vedas make one Lava. Hare Krishna, dear
Okay.
devotee, please accept my humble obeisance. Sorry, Prabhuji, and sorry, all devotees.
Very beautiful recitations, Mataji. Very nice.
No, Prabhuji, I'm struggling on sloka sometimes.
That's all right, Mataji. You did it. You made it. Okay, very nice. So beautiful.
Thank you for
Very nice,
encouraging me.
Jagruti Mataji, very nice. Very nice to hear you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, but yes, I need to lot improve on that. Thank you
Yeah,
for encouraging, Mataji. You always, all of you, encouraging me.
you're doing very well, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you.
So that is
We are all learning. Even I make mistakes as well, Mataji.
yes, we all make mistakes.
You are all up and me is just starting. You're doing very nice, Mataji, all of you.
All of us are learning Mataji together with Prabhuji. He is
Yeah,
teaching
that's
us.
right.
Hare
Yeah. Thank
Krishna.
you. Thank you.
You will be very nice.
Thank you for encouraging me. Thank you so much, giving me chance.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam recitations. Okay, it is a journey. A journey is, there may be so many things coming. We are at the end. We are humans. We may do so many things based on our constitutional position, but the process takes us to the sublime position, transcendental position. Very beautiful. Thank you so much. We shall move on to the next devotees if you are happy with the Sri Brahma Samhita. Okay, in the Sri Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma is glorifying and Krishna. Can anyone remember in the last session what shloka we have been discussing?
Fourth one. I think we need fifth one today.
Yes, Mataji. Last session, okay, this is Alola Chandrakala Sadvanamalyavamsi Ratnangadam Pranayakeli Vilasam Shyamam Tribangalalitam Nita Prakasham Govindamadi Tamaham Bhajami.
So I think we did the one after. So we did 34 as well, 32 as well, I think.
Yes. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadajjvala vigrahasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Okay, so glorifying the beauty of Krishna. Can anyone remember any practice by self practice? Any devotees without looking? Anyone wanted to try? You can close your eyes, though it is on the screen. Close and then try. This is everyday sung in the temples. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. Very beautifully that song. Samhita Mataji, would you like to sing, Mataji?
Prabhuji, also you can put on Sanskrit or you can't.
For this one, Sanskrit is not available, Mataji. Maybe I can just.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Prabhuji, may I repeat, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Yes, we wanted to try Mataji without looking.
I'll try, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Angani yasya sorry, Prabhu, I just Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti pasyanti panti kalyanti Tiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Salati Grahasya Govindam Adipurisa Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurisa Tamaham Bhajami Hare
Very
Krishna.
excellent, Mataji. So beautiful. Just only keeping ourselves into that tune, everything will flow automatically. So this is called Raganuga. Intelligence means remembering or what word is first and what word is second. That is intelligent. Raganuga, it goes automatically. When we fall into that tune, it automatically comes. The flow. We do not have to use. That comes from the heart. Okay, so that is transcendence and sublime. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti. Anyone wanted to try?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji,
May I
please.
try, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti panti pasanti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadhu jvala vigrahasya govindam adipurusa tamaham bhajami Govinda Maripurusa Tamaham Bhajami.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Okay.
Dear Mataji, would you like to go next?
Yes, yeah. So without looking, I can only just say a few words. Sangani, Yasya, Sakalendriya, Vritti, Manti, I think, Pashyanti, Panti, Kalyanti, Chiram Jaganti, Ananda Chinmaya Sadhujvala Vigrahasya Govindam Adipurusham Tamham Bhajami. Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pashyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti ananda chinmaya sadhu jvala vigrahasya govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Very nice. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji, would you like to go?
Yes, Prabhuji, I think mine will be little different too. Angani yasya sakalendriya वृत्तिमन्ति पश्यन्ति पान्ति कलयन्ति चिरं जगन्ति आनन्दचिन्मयसदुज्ज्वलविग्रहस्य गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. It's a different taste, different tune, but it's so beautiful. Everything is sublime. Okay, Meena Mataji, you wanted to try?
First line I don't remember, but yeah, and second line I remember by heart, but not from first line.
Take help, Mataji, whenever you want. Look at the screen and then continue.
Okay. अज्ञानीयस्य सकलान्द्रिवृत्तिमान्ति पश्यान्ति पान्ति कलयान्ति चिरं जगान्ति अनन्तचिन्मय सदुज्ज्वलविग्रहास्य गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very
Sorry, Prabhuji.
nice. Thank you, Mataji. Jagrutananda Mataji, please. Have a look at it and then look at
Prabhuji,
it. Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, I know only the last line, Prabhuji. I need to look at it and I can try.
Mataji.
Adnani yasya sakalendriya vartimanti pasyanti pananti kalyanti chiri. Sorry, Prabhuji, is this what to say?
Chiram Jaganti.
Chiramyam jaganti ananda sini chinmaya sada ujvala vigrasya govindam adipurushotam adam aham bhajami govindam adipurushotam aham bhajami govindam adipurushotam aham bhajami. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful, Mataji. Very nice.
I really like the tune and rag, but I don't know the pronunciation sometimes. That's why I really want to learn this.
Yes. Today you learn Mataji. Again, we will get a chance. You practice this one today throughout the day.
Thank you for giving me chance, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji wanted to try Mataji.
I can try, Prabhu. One. Yes, one. अङ्गानि यस्य सगलेन्द्रियवृत्तमन्दी पश्यन्ति पान्ति कलयन्ति शिरं जगन्ति आनन्दचिन्मय जदुज्ज्वलविग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very beautiful, very nice. Okay, so this is Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti Ananda chinmaya sadujjvala vigrahasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Anyone would like to read the translation, please?
Hare Krishna, may I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is that shloka. So we shall move on to the next shloka. So let us see how big it is. So the big one as well. Okay, so next shloka here, Lord Brahma is describing that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedesha Dullabham Adhullabham Atma Bhaktav Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So he's saying, I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotees of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning, and the eternal Purusha. He is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. So this is Advaitam, Advaitam without a second, and Achyutam without decay, Anadim without beginning, Anantarupam, and whose form is endless, or who possess unlimited forms, Anantarupam. Arjam, he is the beginning for everything. Arjam Purana Purusham, and he is the most ancient person. Navayavanam cha, a blooming youth. He is always in his blooming youth. He is 15 years, 9 months, 7 days. That is Krishna's eternal age. In the Lagu Bhagavatam, in our acharyas previously describing, it is Krishna's ever youthful all the time. It is eternal time, eternal age. Of course, there is no, we cannot calculate, but within that form, even as much as possible, we try to understand how beautiful Krishna's youth is with giving that one for our materialistic people. So that Navayavanam cha Vedeshu Durlabham, Vedeshu, through the Vedas, Durlabham, inaccessible. Na Vedaihi, na Tapasa, na Dhanaihi, na Chejjaya. Krishna cannot be understood through the Vedas. Vedeshu Durlabham. Adurlabham Atma Bhaktav. And it is very easy for the pure devotees of the Lord. Atma Bhaktav. How does that devotion comes? So this is again Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. This is Anyabhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukulyena Krishnanusilanam Bhaktiruttama Anukulyena. So whatever Krishna says, simply follow. No need to give any vent for the mind or intelligence or jnana or karma like that. Only the pure devotion to Krishna. That is Atma Bhaktav. Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship that primal Lord, original person. Okay, likewise Brahma is praying. Okay, we shall read the translation and purport. Can I request one devotee read some translation and purport up to here?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Translation. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning and the eternal Purusha. Yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth. Purport by this given the Srila Prabhupada. Advaita means indivisible truth, who is knowledge absolute. Brahman, the infinite, emanates from him as his effulgence, and God immanent, Paramatma, as his constituent, but nevertheless he remains one and indivisible. Achyuta means that though, how do you pronounce myriads? How do you
Yes,
pronounce this,
Mataji.
Prabhuji?
Yes, myriads.
Okay, Myriads of avatars emanate from him as subjective portions and millions of jivas as a separated spiritual particles. Still, he remains intact as the undivided whole of a fullest perfection. Though he indulges in exhibiting the pastimes of birth, etc., still he is without a beginning. Though he disappears after the pastimes of his appearance, still is eternal. Am I stopping here, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I request the devotee to read until the next section up to maybe here to the present time?
Can I read? Okay.
Yes,
Thank you.
Mataji.
Krishna. Though without origin, yet he is with an origin in his pastime of appearance, and although eternal in essence, he is still a person in the full bloom of youth. The sun and substance of it is that though he possesses diverse and apparently mutually contradictory qualities, still they are in universal harmonious concordance by dint of his unthinkable potency. This is what is meant by chit dharma, transcendental nature, is discussed disguised from the material. Great, graceful, his graceful threefold bending form with flute in hand possesses eternal blooming youth and is above all unwholesomenesses that is to be found in limited time and space. In the transcendental realm, there is no past and future, but only the unallowed and immutable present time. In the transcendental sphere, there is no distinctions between the object and its quality, and no such identity as is found in the limited mundane reason.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Okay, very nicely read. Okay, can I request the devotee take a time to read up to next section from here?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I read that?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Hence, those qualities that seem to be apparently contradictory in the light of mundane conception, limited by time and space, exist in agreeable and dainty concordance in the spiritual realm. How can the jiva realize such unprecedented existence? The limited intellectual function of the jiva is always contaminated by the influence of time and space, and is therefore not in a position to shake off this limitedness. If the potency of cognitive function does not extend to the realization of the transcendental, what else can? In reply, Brahma says that the transcendental absolute is beyond the reach of the Vedas. The Vedas originate in sound, and sound originates in the mundane ether. Hare Krishna, Srila Jiva Goswami ki jai. Thank you.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, can I request the devotee to read next last section?
May I, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
So the Vedas cannot present before us a direct view of the transcendental world, Goloka. It is only when the Vedas are imbued with a sit potency that they are enabled to deal with the transcendental. But Goloka reveals itself to every jiva soul when he is under the influence of the spiritual cognitive potency joined to the essence of ecstatic energy. The ecstatic function of devotion is boundless and surcharged with unalloyed transcendental knowledge. That knowledge reveals Goloka Tattva, the principle of the highest transcendental, is unison with devotion, without asserting itself separately, but as a subsidiary to unalloyed devotion. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully read. So here, Krishna, so this verse is very beautiful, little bit philosophical. And here, from the Jiva Goswami's perspective and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami perspective, this purport has been extracted. So here, Krishna Advaita, there is a philosophy, we know that Advaita philosophy, Visishta Advaita, and Dvaita. So these are all different kinds of philosophy describing about the supreme absolute truth. So Advaita means indivisible truth, who is knowledge absolute, knowledge absolute. This is absolute truth means it is again described what is absolute truth. So in the relative, there is a name and a person, a name and object. Name is different and object is different. If I want a water, the name is different, actual substance is different. But in the spiritual world, there is no difference between water and the substance. It is only one. That is absolute platform. That's why, again, Chintamani, Nam Chintamani Krishna, Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto, Abhinnatvad Nama Naminoho. Abhinnatvad Nama Naminoho. There is no difference between Krishna's name and he himself from the person. Nama Naminoho. That is Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto. Again. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Budhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Avashishyate. To describe that Supreme Personality of Godhead is complete, even though 1 minus 1 equal to 1, 1 minus infinity is still 1. That is the absolute platform. So here, the Brahman, the infinite, emanates from him as his effulgence and God immanent or Paramatma as his constituent, but nevertheless, he remains one and indivisible. This is the Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto, and he is complete. He is Om Purnamada Purnamidham Purnat Purnam Mudhachyate Purnasya Purnam Adhaya Purnam Eva Avashishyate. Adhaya is subtract. Avashishyate still remains. What remains? Fullness. Purnam. This is Vedic mantra. He remains one and indivisible. That is, again, Achyuta means Advaitam Achyutam. Achyutam is the through the myriads of the avatars emanates from him as subjective portions and millions of jivas as separated spiritual particles. Still, he remains intact as the undivided whole of the fullest perfection. So many avatars still. This means infallible. Achyutam Radham Stapayami Achyuta. Krishna was addressed by Arjuna. Radham Stapayami Achyuta. So Achyuta is infallible. Okay, and here there are again many past tense. Again, Lord is the Avatarahi Asinkyayaha. Harehe Sattva Dvijaha. Harehe Sattva Dvijaha. There are innumerable universes, innumerable incarnations that keep on coming. Avatara hi asinkyayaha, hare satnir vijaha, yada vidasinaha kulyaha sarasaha syuhu sahasrashaha. Like rivulets, rivers, and so many of these waters are coming from the gigantic water pond. But it is what best analogy we could give in this material. But however, innumerable. Avatara hi asankyayaha, innumerable. But still, Lord is there. Is in a fullest perfection. Though he indulges in exhibiting the pastimes of births, etc., still he is without beginning. This is Advaitam Achyutam Anadim. Anadim. He is without beginning. Though he performs so many pastimes. Again, one of the example Narad Muni gives to when he meets Kamsa, he was asking him that, oh Kamsa, so you have been thinking that your children of Devaki, eighth child of Devaki is going to kill you, but do you know who is eighth child? And then giving an example, he takes one lotus flower, showing the petals around it. Petals are around the whole of the lotus. So he shows in this one lotus flower, which petal is first, which one is the second, which one is the eighth. And the Kamsa get confused. And then he thought it is better to kill all the children. But so that is the materialistic conception itself. There is no certainty here. But when everything is coming from Krishna, the Purna, the absolute truth, so there is no beginning. Even for there is no beginning, even for the spirit soul. We are all part and parcel of this Supreme Personality of Godhead. This beginning and ending only for the materialistic body. So though he disappears after the pastimes of his appearance, still he is eternal. Still he is eternal. Only the difference between living entity and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is he is Vibhu, we are small. We forget, but Krishna doesn't forget. We forget. That is the only the problem, the forgetfulness. If we know that we are the spirit soul, then we do not have to worry about anything else. Then all the knowledge will be automatically revealed. If we know that we are part and parcel of Supreme Lord and the spirit soul, that's all. If we forget that one, all problems will come into the picture. Birth, old age, disease, death, and home, family, country, nation, so many other things. Okay, so here, though without origin, yet he is with an origin in the pastime of appearance. And although eternal in a sense, he is still a person in full bloom of youth. Okay, again, his appearances, we celebrate the appearance days of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, again, to perform pastimes. So reminding all the conditioned souls that I am here, I am eternal, like that. And he is again mentioning he is still a person in the full bloom of youth. श्यामावतातः शतपत्रलोचनाः पिशङ्गवस्त्राः सुरुचः सुपेशशः सर्वे चतुर्बाह उन्मिषन्मणि प्रवेकनिष्काभरणाः सुवर्चसः. Even the people of this Vaikuntha, they're all full bloom. Then what to speak of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? He is the most beautiful personality. The sum and the substance of it is that though he possesses diverse and apparently mutually contradictory qualities, still they are in universal harmonious concordance by dint of his unthinkable potency. Okay, so much of information. He possesses so much of Aishwarya Vairagya Yashobhoda Virya Shriya Purtam Aham Prapadye. The complete potencies like in it is Parashara Muni describes, and also Kaddama Muni, he glorifies Kapil Bhagavan in his prayers. Aishwarya Vairagya Yasho Avbodha Virya Shriya Purtam Aham Prapadye. Again, Parashara Muni Aishwaryasya Samagrasya. So likewise, there is another shloka from Parashara Muni, Vyasadeva's father, describing the qualities of the Lord, with all opulences of the Lord, 6 opulences. And he possesses such diverse and apparently mutually contradictory qualities. Still, they are in universal harmonious concordance by dint of his unthinkable potency. So, how it is sometimes contradictory qualities. So, Krishna is whatever he speaks, it is the truth. Tattvatam Mativaishamyam Nirvajya, Nakvache, there is no fault in Krishna. But Krishna, he has been, when he was a child, he used to do whenever he steals butter, I did not steal butter. It appears to us like that. It is a contradictory. But in the universal harmonious concordance by dint of his antic, but it is apparently mutually, what is that one? Apparently mutually contradictory qualities, still they are in universal harmonious. Okay, so this is what it is called fully. And any people coming with any particular relationship with the Lord, kama, dveshat, bhayat, krodhat, yata bhakteshware manaha, tadakam hitva, tadakam hitva. So completely free from the sinful reactions. So this is how the Lord is so powerful. That is called universal harmonious. Any people can approach in any relationship with the Lord. Kamsa by enviousness, Gopis with the love, and Arjuna is by as a friend, Hanuman as a servant. Many people they have attained somewhere or other. And then that is what is meant by Chit Dharma, transcendental nature, is distinguished from the material. His graceful threefold bending form with the flute in his hand possesses eternal blooming youth and is above all unwholesomeness that is to be found in limited time and space. So this one, it comes from the Shri Brahma Purana. There, uh, it is described about the Krishna Swami. So there is a spiritual realm in the Goloka, the form existing in the Goloka with a two-handed form with a three-bended form, having peacock feather and his in a full blooming youth with lotus petal eyes, who is the source of everything. Without mentioning Krishna at the first, initially he describing the form of the Lord, and later on it is described as Krishna at the end, explaining all the features. So that is the threefold bending form with flute in hand. And in the transcendental realm, there is no past and future, but only the unalloyed and immutable present time. Okay, so that is always present in the spiritual world. There is no time factor. So on the other day, I have shared one of the video which was in the Telugu language because of at least the pictures. Devotees may see the pictures and they may understand. So that is only the purpose. It was in the Telugu language. It was very nice. It is about describing the Lagu Bhagavatam, the Rupa Goswami scriptures, and the time factors, and how Krishna is going to appear in this material world once in Brahma's day, and all Chintamani palaces like that. And whenever Krishna was coming from, he does not step out from the Vrindavan. And when he was going from Vrindavan to the Dwaraka, where Vrindavan Krishna still remains with the gopis, and Vasudeva Krishna, he goes to the Dwaraka. Okay, that was very nicely described within that video description of the Goloka and Krishna's pastimes. It was in the Telugu language, but at least devotees may see at least the pictures. They are very beautiful, describing our scriptures. Okay, but if anyone wanted, they can also, I think, using some chat GPT, it may also convert the language, possibly. Okay, so that is the beautiful form of the Lord. Okay, and there is no time factor in the Goloka Vrindavan. In the transcendental sphere, there is no distinction between the object and its qualities, and no such identity as is found in the limited mundane region. So here, in the transcendental sphere, there is no distinction between the object and its qualities, and no such identity as is found in the mundane conception. Sorry, found in the limited mundane. So here, it is the Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Avashishyate Amid Abhinatvad Nama Naminoho. This is Abhinatvad. no distinction. Abhinatvat nama naminoho, the name and the naminoho, the person or the object and its qualities. No such identity in the spiritual world, but as is in the found in the material limited mundane region. This material world is the mundane region. Here we see everything is a relative. If I say any word, that means there is, for example, I say a son, that means there must be a father. If I say a father, there must be a son. If I say husband, there must be a wife. If I say wife, there must be a husband. So everything is relative. Whatever it is, that is the limited mundane region. So hence, those qualities that seem to be apparently contradictory in the light of mundane conception, limited by time and space, exist in agreeable and dainty concordance in the spiritual realm. Okay, this is again the same thing is being explained here. And how can the Jiva realize such unprecedented existence? How can the Jiva realize such unprecedented existence? So here, the limited intellectual function of the Jiva is always contaminated by the influence of time and space, and is therefore not in a position to shake off this limitedness. So he is always think only within his things. Oh, this might be good, this might not be good. This person is like that, this person is not like this. This is all contemplations of the mind and the intelligence based on one's limited experience. These are all windows, a small, we are all of us having teeny brainies. We cannot come out. This is my family. We cannot take everyone are my family members. All birds, inclusive of everything, birds, beasts, everything, all the living entities, they're all part and parcel of Supreme Personality. Have got it. One cannot digest that thing because of his limitedness. But in the spiritual world, it is that everyone always engaging, they have got similar qualities. Otherwise, how can they quote us them? It is the quotastam. That is, again, in the 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, there it is Kshara Akshara Evacha. There are two kinds of living entities. Let me just bring that one. Kshara Akshara Evacha. Ksharaha Sarva Bhutani. Kotastu Akshara Uchyate. Kotastha Akshara Uchyate. They're infallible. द्वौ पुरुषौ लोके क्षरस्य अक्षर एव च क्षरः सर्वभूतानि कोटस्थो अक्षर उच्यते. There are two classes of beings, the fallible and infallible. The material world, every living entity is fallible, and in the spiritual world, every living entity is called infallible. So this is kotastha in the oneness. So here it is described. That is the nature of actual jiva in the spiritual world. But whenever they come to here in this material world, they are put up into the limitedness. They are thinking only goodness, passion, and ignorance in the ahankara and the material nature, whatever is surrounded by himself, surrounded around him. Actually, prakritehi karmani gunehi karmani sarvashah ahankar vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. He thinks that he is the doer. So in such a position, it is difficult for him to go out of his mind and think that there is one thing, Goloka is existing. It is inconceivable. So if the potency of the cognitive function does not extend to the realization of the transcendental, what else can? Again, these words are a bit of technical. If the potency of cognitive function does not extend to the realization of the transcendental, what else can? In reply, Brahma says that the transcendental absolute is beyond the reach of the Vedas. So here, In the 11th chapter of 3rd canto, we have discussed about the Paramanu up to the Brahma, and each Paramanu, it is described Paramanu Kaivalyam. It is also called Kaivalyam, but it is in the oneness. Paramanus in oneness. Each Paramanu is which is indivisible atom or indivisible object, that is called atom. Whenever two Paramanus are coming together, there is a process integration taking place. But when the Paramanu is very minute particle which cannot associate with any other things, in that individual state, it is Paramanu. And it is also mentioned Kaivalyam, but that is material. We cannot take again whenever the soul is set 1 by 10,000 part of the tip of the hair. That is also described in the Vedas, the Upanishads. Kesha Agra Satabhagasya, again Satabhagaha. But that is also, but it means spirit soul is, it is beyond. But Lord, even that is very small, Lord enter into that small particle atom as well, Paramanu. Andantarastam Paramanu Chayantarastam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. One is Paramanu is the material, though it is small, it is also called Kaivalya. In the Maitreya Muni was describing about the time factor, there he gives that term Kaivalya. Paramanutam, Kaivalyam, something like that. So here, the transcendental nature is beyond that, beyond the reach of the Vedas. The Vedas originate in sound, and the sound originates in the mundane ether. Again, this describes in the 26th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto itself. Shabda Matram Tamasach Vikurvana Sabdhamatram Abhut Sabdhamatram Nabha Srotram to Sabdhagam. So this is from the mode of ignorance, the sound comes. Okay, and the other day Mataji was asking about the Nabha Sat. This is called Nabaha. So this one Tamasachi Vikurvana Bhagavadviri Choritat Shabdhamatram Abhut Tasman Nabaha Surotram to Sabdhagam. When egoism in ignorance is agitated by sex energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the subtle element sound is manifested. And from the sound comes the ethereal sky and the sense of hearing. So this is the egoism in ignorance. So coming back to the Brahma Samhita here, it is mentioned the Vedas originate in sound, and sound originates in the mundane ether. Sound originates in the mundane ether. So the Vedas cannot present before us a direct view of the transcendental world, Goloka. But it is only when the Vedas are imbued with the Chit potency that they are enabled to deal with the transcendental. But Goloka reveals itself to every Jiva soul when he is under the influence of the spiritual cognitive potency joined to the essence of ecstatic energy. And whenever these Vedas are imbued with the Chit potency, the eternity, that they are enabled to deal with the transcendental. Okay, the sounds they are also coming from the breath of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the Bhagavad Gita, Mahatmya, Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Manyehi Shastra Vistaraihi Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukha Padmad Vinishruta. What to speak of? Why we need so many things? As long as we have got Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which is spoken by the Supreme Lord from his mouth. Gita Sugita Kartavya Kim Manyaihi Sastra Vistarehi Ya Swayam Padmanabhasya Mukhavaktrad Vidishruta. From his face, from his mouth directly came. Vedas, they came from the breath. And here Bhagavad Gita came from the mouth of the Lord. So here breathing may happen automatically, but here Lord is speaking intentionally to give the knowledge to everyone. So which one takes high priority? Okay, so that sound is very, very here. Whenever it is in touch with the Lord is transcendental. That sound is transcendental again. So here, only when the Vedas are imbued with the chit potency, they are enabled to deal with the transcendental. Now, coming to Goloka reveals itself to every Jiva soul when he is under the influence of the spiritual cognitive potency joined to the essence of ecstatic energy. It goes like our pure devotional service, going from Vidhi Bhakti, following rules and regulations. Beyond that, Raga Anuga Bhakti. One will automatically do it. It is just when we were children, we were trying to learn swimming like that. Parents used to take to some water wells and then put some of the drumstick branches, dried drumstick branches, cut into small small chunks, and tie them up with a good thread, so that those chunks would not go away. And then that uh, drumstick, the dried ones, when we keep them under our waist, and we will jump into the water in the well, and then we will learn the swimming. We do not sink into the water because that drumstick branch or the dried drumstick, the stick, it will make us to float. So, but sometimes when we keep learning it, uh, initially we may feel very afraid of because of so much of water. But after a couple of days, the parent, what he will do, and then keep a nice thread around the waist, and then without that stick bending, drumstick bend, he will push into the water. We may feel very afraid, and then, but because previously we were afraid, now because we have got some kind of little bit of experience into the swimming into the water, and then we automatically learn to swim. It will come automatically. Likewise, parents will push us into the water. Of course, there is a thread also tied to the waist. It's a very long thread. Parent is holding one hand with one hand. So that way, child automatically learns. It comes natural. That is a natural. First of all, we push ourselves into this divine devotional service. The process will take us. Process will automatically take us into that transcendental position. If we think that, what if I do not learn this swimming? What if I sink it? What if I do not do other person doing like that? Then we cannot learn. So the process automatically parents pushes, and then he will try to swim automatically. He wanted to float and then come. He also wanted to do it. That is the way it comes naturally. So we need to follow into that process without using our mind and intelligence like that. Of course, once we are in that process, we can use how best we can swim. That is the only thing we can do it. That is positively thinking, how best I can swim, how best I can enjoy. Okay. In that one, this is called essence of the ecstatic energy. Okay. Spiritual cognitive potency joined to the essence of the ecstatic energy. In the devotional service, how can I serve the Lord? How can I sing beautiful songs to glorify Krishna? How can I only thinking of songs and glorifying the Lord? Associating with the devotees, sharing only Krishna's pastimes, without giving any chance to the mind and intelligence. Minds will take us to different things. There are so many things. Lord's illusory energy, it bewilders the people. That is of material. But we do not have to worry about. We do not have to assess those things. by our tiny brains. But if you are the authority, if you are the authority to take decision about any of this material nature, as a parent, I have authority to correct my children. As a father, I have authority to do it as a duty. As a spiritual master, I can guide my disciples. Likewise, only authorities can do it. Otherwise, if it is out of scope, we cannot do anything. Okay, these are all. Then it will take over our mind. So this is the devotional process. It will automatically take us into this ecstatic energy that is called spiritual cognitive potency. So the ecstatic function of devotion is boundless and is surcharged with unalloyed transcendental knowledge. Again, sometimes we see some of the devotees, they try to acquire the knowledge. Tatra mulyam ekalam laulyam. There is one of this is Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi. Rupa Goswami describes somewhere in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And if anyone is speaking about Krishna Katha and describing about the glories of the Lord, one has to pay laulyam. That is only this hanker for the hearing of Krishna Katha. That is only the price. This is unalloyed transcendental knowledge that is boundless. Those devotees, they wanted to hear from this Sangha, that Sangha, that Sangha. The desire is hankering. That is called laulyam. Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi. That is the devotees, that mood itself, they do not want to miss anything at all, as much as possible, as much as body cooperates and the time cooperates, everything. They want to take every opportunity. That is Mulyam Ekalam. That is Laulyam. That is again Krishna Darshana Lalasaha. One wanted to see Krishna like that. That is called Krishna Bhakti Rasa Bhavita Matihi. So the ecstatic function of devotion is boundless and is surcharged with unalloyed transcendental knowledge. The knowledge reveals Goloka Tattva, the principle of the highest transcendental, in unison with devotion. Unison with devotion, without asserting itself separately, but as a subsidiary to unalloyed devotion. Okay, so this is Swayameva Spurtyadaha. Sevoन्मुखैः जिह्वादौ Swayameva Spurtyadaha. And when we engage in the unalloyed devotions, automatically Lord reveals himself and Golok will be revealed to that devotee. Okay, so here without asserting itself separately, but as a subsidiary to the unalloyed devotion. Devotion is the important. It will take us to the Goloka automatically. That's why how it is the Harinama Sankirtana. Golokera Premadana Harinama Sankirtana. When we are engaged in the Japan Sankirtana, automatically they will take us to Goloka Vrindavan. We don't need separate endeavor for it. Okay, likewise, a very beautiful purport by Jiva Goswami and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami. There are some technical words have been used. It is bit new, but we can just progress as Prabhupada's reflections. Prabhupada purports very reflective to all of us. Okay, this is Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Dullabham Adhullabham Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. Okay, so can you request the devotees? First we recite it and then later on we'll reflect on the questions and comments stuff. Can request all devotees take a turn to recite this shloka for 3 times, line by line, follow behind me. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam
Advaitam
Vaidam Achyudam Anandam
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 Rupam
आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च
आद्यं
आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं
पुराणपुरुषं
नवयौवनं च
नवयौवनं च
वेदेषु दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ
वेदेषु दुर्लभम्
वेदेषु
आत्मभक्तो
दुर्लभमदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं
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 तमहं
भजामि
भजामि
Again. अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपम्
अद्वैतम्
अद्वैतम्
अच्युतम्
अच्युतम्
अनादिम् अनन्तरूपम्
अद्वैतमनादिमनन्तरूपम्
आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च
आद्यं
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 पुराणपुरुषं
पुरुषं
पुराणपुरुषं
नवयौवनं च
नवयौवनं च
वेदेषु दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् भक्तौ
वेदेषु
वेदेषु
दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ
दुर्लभमदुर्लभमात्मभक्तौ
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
गोविन्दम्
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं
आदिपुरुषं तमहं
तमहं
भजामि
भजामि
अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिमनन्तरूपम्
अद्वैतम् अच्युतम्
अच्युतम्
अनादिम्
अनादिम्
अनन्तरूपम्
अनन्तरूपम्
आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च
आद्यं
आद्यं
पुराणपुरुषं
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 नवयौवनं च
वेदेषु दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ
वेदेषु
वेदेषु
दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम्
दुर्लभमदुर्लभम्
भक्तौ
आत्मभक्तौ
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं
तमहं
तमहं भजामि
भजामि
Very beautiful. Can I request devotees take a turn to recite, please? Asha Mataji, want to go first?
Okay. अद्वैतम् अच्युतम् अनादिम् अनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji, please.
कृष्ण प्रभुजी अद्वैतमच्युतमनादिम् अनन्तरूपम् आद्यं पुराणपुरुषं नवयौवनं च वेदेषु दुर्लभमदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि कृष्ण
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, yes. Advaitam Achyutam Anadimanantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Thank you, Krishna.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please. Usha Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedesu Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhakto Govindam Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Gauringi Mataji, please. Okay, Meena Mataji, please.
अद्वैतम् अच्युतम् अनादिम् अनन्तरूपम् अद्वै पुराणपुरुषं नवयोववर्णं च वेदेषु दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तो गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Jagrithana Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, devotees, sorry. Aditam Achutam Anadim anantam rupam adyam purusam nava yuvam nam cha vedusa durulaham dullapam adurlapam atma bhaktuva govindam purusavtam aham bhajami govindam adim purusam tam aham bhajami. Sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry, everyone.
Very nice, Mataji. Very good and recitation. Garinge Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Okay. Prabhuji. Is this 6 number, Prabhuji?
This is Brahma Samhita 33 Shloka Mataji.
33 sloka, okay. Advaita.
Yes.
Okay. Advaita Machyuta Manodhi Mananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusam Nai. Sorry, Prabhuji. Cannot recite. Can you recite one?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam.
Okay. Advaita. Okay, Prabhuji, go ahead, Prabhuji.
Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Dullabham Adullabham Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Advaita Machyutamānādi Manantarupam Adyam Purana Purusam Navayovanam Cha Vedesu Durlabha Adurlabha Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusam Tamaham Bhajami. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Sorry, cannot recite properly, Prabhuji.
Very nice, Mataji. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is Krishna's all potencies. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Okay, can I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or you wanted to share anything or you wanted to comment anything, kindly do so. It is already a bit late, but still, and wherever it is possible, kindly devotees can ask. Hare Krishna.
Nothing, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your wonderful explanation and so beautiful Brahma Samhita. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So beautiful. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, it's so beautiful. You just don't get tired of this. And Prabhupada was saying that if you were to do your material work, you will get tired. But if you are in association with devotees and when you're reading and listening, you will never ever get tired. In fact, even the whole day will be less for you. Like it will be not enough for you, I mean. So, yeah, it's so beautiful. Well, I just had one question, just because I'm trying to understand this line here, the sum and substance of it, that though he possesses diverse and apparently mutually contradictory qualities, does it mean that he would be like when he was like 5 years old, so in his age wise he's little, but then he, not 5, 7 was it, he then lifted Govardhan Hill. Would that come under that, for me to understand what that means? mutually contradictory qualities. So
Yes, Mataji. So whatever Krishna does, he says that don't do it, but he will do it. So that is contradictory thing.
yes, yeah, okay, yeah,
Again, so for example, so like stealing is not a good habit, but Krishna steals butter.
yes, yeah, okay, yeah.
So likewise, there are many other things we can name each and everything that Krishna has done. Then there is a kind of little bit of contradictory things as well.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
But here Bhishmadev glorifies Tatkrutamati Vaishyamyam Nirvajyasana Kvachi. There is no contradictory at all. He is complete. He is he, he glorifies you Adho Narayana Puman. He is the original Adi Narayana. Likewise, he glorifies. Thank you, Mataji. Any other questions?
And just one more. In the Vaikuntha Loka also, there is no time.
Yes, no time in the Vaikuntha. Yes. Pravartite yatra Vedistamaha Nachakal Vikramaha. Again, it is described later on. Yeah, there is no time influence from anything beyond Brahma. After crossing the Virija river, there is no time influence at all. It is only in this material universe, 1/4 of the cosmic manifestation. 3/4 of creation is spiritual creation. Any other questions? Okay, if there are no questions, then we shall conclude and continue with further chapter.
Shall we all say Hari Bol to Prabhuji?
Yes.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari
Hari Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Prabhuji. So
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hari
Yes.
Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
you have so much
You-
patience to teach us.
All of time is for us. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you so much. Every day you dedicate
Yes.
so many hours, Prabhuji. It's hard to do that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Prabhuji gave to us time, but you all of know everything, but I couldn't know. I listened to translate, and when Prabhuji sent the link, then I translate with chat GPT, then a little bit I understood. Otherwise, difficult for me. And Prabhuji also give to us very knowledgeable thing. Mataji, all Mataji who understood, they have a many benefit. Thank you, Prabhuji. You are always kind. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, very nice. But I'm still learning so much. I need to learn so much. Prabhuji, is a chat GP is I don't know how to use it. Look like it.
Yeah, so it has two.
Is that what I need to do if I go on chat GPT?
Yes, there is a one mic button. You can also speak like you speak to us. You can speak in your own language to ChatGPT. It will answer everything to you. It is like a person next to you. Speak to understand every word of your language.
That's
And
fine, Prabhuji, but it's come so many options. Which one we need to select? Like that they said when you go to Chat GPT is a login, another few of them. I don't know which one to option to choose sometime.
it
Have
is
you got a particular link or what is it?
maybe if Usha Mataji or Meena Mataji, they can help you to install ChatGPT in the app store. There you go ChatGPT and then install ChatGPT. Once it is installed,
It's I okay.
and then app is installed, then what happens? You may need to have some email identity, something like that, Gmail or something.
Oh, is it like how we doing and like a purchase request and all the things? Is just download the app, isn't it, Prabhuji?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Now I know. Yeah. Okay, because I go on the Google,
Yes.
then type in and then so many chat GPT come, but it's now I know it's a login and then you can do it. Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
And, you can also speak.
mentioning.
You can
Yeah,
also.
I will ask them as well if I struggle.
Sure, Mataji.
I can help as well, Mataji, if you wanted to.
Okay, Mataji, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for offering, Jai Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so we shall conclude and thank you so much, all the devotees. Panchakalpatarubhyasya कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की जय श्रील प्रभु की जय हरे कृष्ण conscious day everyone हरे कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण